Home sellers are staring at agent fees in 2026, and almost immediately, people started asking why selling a house still costs like Zillow doesn't exist. But the way people are reacting to this is where everything starts getting strange. Because this is not just, oh, real estate agents are having a hard time. No, people are looking at the closing statement like it's a restaurant bill where somebody added 18% gratuity for a waiter who never came back with the bread. And what's interesting is this. A lot of people started noticing the same thing. The comps are online, the photos are online, the buyer found it online, and somehow at the end, the seller is still being asked to pay like the agent personally built the internet. And that's where the mood changes, because when the market was hot, nobody wanted to ask too many questions. The house sold in like 3 days, everybody clapped. The agent posted on Instagram another message like, so grateful to help another family. I mean, it's like, help? The house sold itself faster than Taylor Swift tickets. You didn't sell the house. You just unlocked the door and watched people panic. That was the pandemic market. People were walking into open houses like it was Black Friday at Best Buy in 2007. You like the kitchen? I don't know. I waived the inspection already. That's what it sounded like. And the market made everybody look talented. I mean, the agent, the seller, the lender, the photographer, even the guy putting cookies on the counter. Everybody looked like a genius back then. But now the market is slower. Buyers are cautious, sellers are nervous, and mortgage rates are still pretty heavy right now. Insurance is just straight up rude. Taxes are the same. And HOA fees are showing up like, hey, you thought I forgot about you? And now people are asking much more dangerous questions, like, what exactly am I paying for? And listen, that question is not an attack on real estate agents or every real estate agents. There are good agents out there. There are excellent real estate agents out there. There are agents who will stop you from buying a house with a roof that looks like it survived a divorce. There are agents who know the contract, know the neighborhood, know the inspection game, know when the seller is bluffing, and know when the buyer is about to make an emotional decision because the kitchen has good lighting. That's real value. That's a real estate agent we all hope to have. But then you have the other type of agent, and that's the agent that we're talking about today. The agent who shows up to an open house and knows less about the property than the neighbor walking his dog. You're going to ask them a question like, how old's the roof? Their response is probably going to be something like, great question. How old's the HVAC? Another great question. Is there a HOA? Wow, you're really asking excellent questions today. That might be the type of agent you run into that's not so great. And that is kind of like a podcast with keys in a sense. And this is why people are getting angry, because the fee still feels premium, but the service does not always feel as premium as the fee. Now, imagine you are selling your house. I mean, you're already stressed. You got repairs. You've got moving costs. You've got buyers walking through your bedroom, judging your ceiling fan like they're on an HGTV tribunal. Then you get to closing and somebody says, great news, the house sold. And also, here's the commission. And you look at the number like, was that the agent selling the house or adopting one of my kids? Because $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in commission fees does not feel like a small administrative charge. That feels like the house had a cover charge. And more sellers are realizing this. They're saying, hey, you know what? Wait a minute. I can hire a title company. I can hire an attorney. I can pay for photos. I can take the photos myself. I can put the listing online and I can negotiate. I can also read the documents. So now, should everyone do that? I don't know. Probably not. But some people should not sell their own house. Of course not. Some people cannot even return an Amazon package without needing emotional support. That would be me. And you know that person. They show up to the UPS with no tape, no label, no box, just vibes and no toaster. Again, that's me. That's a person that should not handle a real estate transaction alone, which I never do. But a clean sale, a simple deal, a seller who already has a buyer, that person is looking at the old model like, why am I paying for a luxury car money for paperwork and a lockbox? And this is where agents are really starting to feel it, because the housing market is no longer giving everyone easy commissions. When homes were flying off the shelf, real estate looked glamorous. People watched those shows where an agent opened the doors and says, "open concept" 9 times, and suddenly makes more than a teacher makes in 6 months. That is dangerous fantasy. I mean, HGTV made real estate look like a treasure hunt almost. Real estate is more like being a wedding planner during a bank robbery. Everybody's emotional, everybody is lying just a little bit, and somebody's financing is going to collapse or might collapse. Somebody's inspection report just found mold, and somehow the agent is in the middle of saying, let's keep communication positive. And I mean positive, the crawl space has mushrooms. But during the boom, thousands of people rushed into the business thinking, hey, you know what? This is going to be easy money. And now the market's saying, hey, welcome to commission work. Because being an agent is not easy when deals slow down. The bills do not stop. MLS dues, brokerage splits, marketing, gas signs, software, photography, lockboxes, ads, lead services, all of that stuff. It's like the agent has a subscription to being broke. And the worst part is you can work for months and make nothing. You can drive buyers everywhere, answer texts at midnight, write offers, calm people down, negotiate repairs. Then the buyer sees the insurance quote and says, actually, I'm going to keep renting and develop a personality. The deal ends up just being dead. And then you're ended up with no paycheck. So yeah, a lot of agents are struggling. But here's the uncomfortable part. Consumers do not care how hard your job is if they do not trust the value. And that is true in every industry. Nobody goes to a restaurant, gets cold food and says, well, at least the chef has student loans. No, you say, why is my pasta depressed? And people are looking at some agents the exact same way. They're saying, why am I paying this much when I found the house, researched the school, looked up the taxes, checked the crime map, ran the calculator, and knew the price history before the agent even arrived? At that point, the agent is not the guide. The agent is just Siri with a blazer. And this is the real shift here. The internet did not make every agent useless. It made weak agents visible. Before the agent had the information, now the buyer has that information too. The seller has that information too. The public has the receipts. So now the agent has to bring judgment to the table, not just access.